Welcome back, friends. And if this is your first time here, my name is Jasmine and I watch a shit ton of TV. And I have been recapping Big Brother 27 for the last couple weeks. But I told you guys in week 1 that I was going to have a special guest from season 23, The Cookout. And I have Derek Frazier, Big D, joining me today to talk some shit about Big Brother 27. Hello, Big D.
Hello, Jess.
You.
Is this thing on?
Hello.
Where have you been? Because I've been waiting for you, and you've been having me wait.
You know, a diva is maybe she's not on time, but she's never late.
3 weeks late because we're in week 4. A month late now.
I know, but look, I know you have everything going on with Chada over at the Royalty Network. So I was
Tiffany got me working like a dog.
And I'm glad that we let it marinate. We let the season marinate a little bit because now we've had a chance to get to know some of these players. We can give our real thoughts on their personalities. And just so we can get started, I want to know from you, who is your favorite BB27 player? And then who is down at the bottom of the totem pole? Who is going to sashay away if you had anything to do with it?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there would never be an opportunity for a double save with this cast. I'll tell you that. I don't know if I have a favorite. And if you would have asked me that maybe less than 24 hours ago, no, 48 hours ago, I probably would have had an answer for you. I will tell you, my winner pick is Vince.
Okay.
But now I'm exhausted, but I'm also like, and I get it. The game is supposed to be flipping and turning and stuff like that. But I'm still trying to figure out, maybe because they threw the blockbuster in there, I'm still trying to figure out where is the little bit of strategy that's being done. Even if you can't plan ahead like how we were able to plan ahead, you should at least have a strategy week by week and show me how it starts, how it gets executed, and how it's done.
Yes.
Jimmy, to me, was the only one who was like, this is my strategy. This is what I'm doing. This is how it's going to get done.
Yep.
Vince also was the same way. Lauren should be on Love Island.
Or in a rom-com somewhere.
In a rom-com, she should probably be maybe working at Disney, doing a little bit of Disney shows. She's definitely giving me, she works at H&M, but I noticed she works at a bridal consultant or whatever. But I would never book her to help me with a dress because she couldn't even make decisions on week 3 on who to put up, which tells me if I was going to go get a dress, I'm about to be here all fucking day.
And she's going to apologize to you. If she brings out a dress, you can tell her everything you want. She's going to bring out a dress. If you say, oh, this dress, I don't like the ruffle, she's going to profusely apologize to you. When you don't have to apologize so much, mama. Like, it is crazy how much that girl apologizes. So who is at the bottom of your totem pole? Who's your least favorite player right now?
All right. I'm going to keep it real here. I got 3 people I really want to go. No, I got two, just 2. It is that damn Riley.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I usually don't talk about people and how they look, but this man is so, and people used to say this about me. They used to say I was delusional. No, baby, I was not delusional. This is the definition of delusional. This man is so delusional that, I don't know if you heard, but he said on the live feeds one day, I would never talk to a woman. A woman would have to come up and talk to me. I wouldn't waste my time. Now, really? I don't know why he thinks he has anything going for him besides that personality, because there's no features. There's no feature. There's no features. It don't matter how tall you are. There's no features that are presented that you want to look at the screen. Okay? There's no features. Now,
I appreciate people with confidence.
And now the other person, I just don't like the fact that he was farting nasty, poopy farts up in the kitchen by the food and the dishes. And that's, what's his name?
Keanu?
Yes.
He was doing that?
Girl, I'll send you the clip. Yes.
Oh my God. No, please don't send me the clip. I don't want to throw
people
up.
Had to pass gas, but isn't it common courtesy not to do it in the kitchen or where people are cleaning or eating and stuff like that? Can't you? And keep in mind, this is an open space. So you could have just walked 2 steps to the left and been by the door, or 2 steps to the right and been at the outside door, or you could have walked 5 steps forward and been in the bathroom, or you could have did it at the kitchen table. I wouldn't do it at the kitchen table, but hey, go ahead, kitchen table.
So,
but facility of the bread and stove and the food.
Yeah, that's kind of gross. But what do you guys do when you have bodily functions? Like you're being recorded all the time. What
Yeah.
happened during your season when you guys had to pass gas or
Oh, I
use
mean,
the
people pass gas. I
bathroom?
mean, people pass gas in the in the bathroom, in the bedroom, in the common areas that we might be
Yeah.
sitting, maybe on the couch. But I mean, it wasn't like, you know, people did it very silently and would just say,
Mm,
"Excuse me" or something, or you know, you could do it outside. But I feel like my cast, they were a very good cast to live with.
yeah.
Everyone was so clean, and if not, I don't think they could do anything because you had 6 black motherfuckers up in there that were making sure shit was getting cooked and clean up in that motherfucker. So I think when you have a cast like that, it's a
Hmm.
little different. All of them were clean. Everybody
Yeah.
was clean, you know, except for one who, when he got the HOH, I was like, oh, girl, okay, you're dirty. But other than that,
Who was
everybody else
that?
was very. DX, his HOH room was a mess. It
Oh,
was a
okay.
mess. But
Okay.
other than
Okay.
that, everybody was very clean. And if not,
Hmm.
guess what? I cleaned the most in the house. I was keeping that house in check when it
Spick and
came to cleaning.
span.
I was not
Hmm.
playing because I had to
Hmm.
rely on my social game. I had to rely on being a good roommate. I had to
Yeah.
want people entertaining. I wanted people to stay around. Because let me tell you something, I had to
Hmm.
rely on that because I never got a chance to have power. So that
Mm.
was my power. But let me
That
get
was your
back to
power
baby.
being
Let me
social
get
and
back to
mhm.
Big Brother 27. Those are
Yeah.
the only two I would like to see going.
Keanu
When yes, and Riley. Just
and
those
Riley.
two.
Okay.
Those two really do make me uncomfortable. But Riley's at the bottom of the bottom.
Riley's at my bottom as well. Keanu is back and forth because I feel like with Keanu, sometimes I hate to see people just be ganged up on. And so I feel like with the whole house targeting him, it kind of makes him an underdog, even though not really. You know, he's probably going to beat everybody physically, but
Yeah,
it's
and
with
he'll get a call to
everybody
go do
ganged up.
MTV The Challenge. We know that
Yeah, he
for
should
sure.
totally do that. But yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
seeing people be ganged up on. So sometimes I'm like, yeah, go Keanu. And then sometimes I'm like, he just puts his foot in his damn mouth all the time. But I'm with you. I'm totally with you on Riley. I want to chat about Rachel Riley being
Oh,
in the house. And
yeah.
I wanted to ask you, as a former Big Brother player, and guys, you should know by now, but if you don't know, like I said, Big D was a part of Big Brother 23, and he is a part, one of six of the greatest Big Brother alliance in the
Thank
history
you.
of the show, the
Thank you.
Cookout. Okay, so he knows about Big Brother. He was final two. He was a runner up. He was a
And
runner
I
up.
put
He knows.
and I let me tell you something. I put those 6 motherfuckers together and I regret it.
You know, no, you shouldn't. It was amazing. But yes, he's a
I'm
part of
just
one of the
joking. I'm
like
just
the
joking.
greatest alliance in the history of
Thank
the
you.
show. He made it all the way to the end. So Big D knows a thing or two about
And I've
playing
been
the game.
recapping Big Brother now for 4 seasons.
Yeah,
And I like watched these games and studied these games and how these
exactly.
people
So
are. So
right, you
it's
know about
I
this.
don't want to say I'm an expert, but when you sit back and watch and hear people's
No,
thoughts and things, it really does help
no.
you.
I'm going to stop you there. If you are a part of the greatest alliance in the history of the show and
Thank
you
you.
made it to the final two, who else is an expert if not you? So, yes, you are an expert here. And as an expert, I need to ask you, how do you feel
Yes.
about Rachel coming back to the game? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? What were your
Here's
initial thoughts?
here's my initial thoughts. I love Big Brother. And I love what they're trying to do. I think Big Brother was kind of like, and this is just my honest truth. I think Big Brother saw traders being the
Hmm.
competition.
Hmm.
Traders has took players from them. The house is giving you what? Trader vibes, mystery,
Hmm.
spooky, stuff like that. And I get it. A lot of people like mystery and spooky. That's why traders get so much because everyone
Hmm.
loves that suspicion. Now, Rachel being there, I know her as a person. I love her. Anything I say is not against her personally. I wish that she was not there, and I wish she was on the All-Star season. And the
Yeah.
reason I say that is because when newbies come in, I just wanted to be newbies, just like they
Hmm.
did the same thing with Big Brother 25. They had a bunch of newbies and then brought in Cerie Fields from Survivor. And I was like, why are we bringing in these people?
Hmm.
Why are you guys just not saving your coins and doing an all-star season? Because
Yeah.
we need one badly based on the last one. Now that she's there, I don't mind that she's there but she also is still running circles around these kids.
And it's
She's like
so sad to
production.
see. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so sad to see how
yeah.
much better at a lot of things that she is.
She's a GOAT. She's
Yeah,
amazing. She
yeah.
won the game and she's played now 3. If I could go back into that house and play with newbies,
I was gonna ask you if they asked you to come back to a season of Big Brother would you go?
Jazz, unfortunately, they're never gonna call me.
Why?
I feel like I'm on a ban list, to be honest.
Oh, why do
You
you feel like
know,
that?
I think I can't really say much, but I
Okay.
will say maybe after the month of September, I think you'll kind of understand why I say
Oh,
I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't got a call to
okay.
come back to
Okay.
do a competition show with CBS.
Well, how does that make you feel? Look, not why am I turning
Um,
into Oprah Dr. Phil? How does that make you feel?
You know what? I will say this past couple of months, I definitely was going through it
Mhm.
because of the fact I almost decided not to do the podcast. You know, I told Tiffany, I was like, I think I'm going to take off this year a Big Brother and just only talk about traders because I
Mhm.
felt so slighted by CBS, and I just felt like not seen. And I think people don't understand is every season, everyone doesn't get callbacks.
Right.
But when you're a part of something so big as a big alliance, and majority of them have got callbacks, at least 4 of them have now competed on competition shows.
Right. The challenge and the traders.
No, no, no. The challenge, BB reindeer games, hosting
Right.
gigs,
Mhm.
like all those things. Okay. I can't say anything else because it'll make
Mhm.
more sense later.
Mhm.
But then you kind of sit there and you go, damn, I came in second place. I've been putting in the work. I've recapped all y'all shows. We're the only, which is fine. We're predominantly the only Black podcast that covers Big Brother that is alums of the show.
Gotcha. Mhm.
So I just thought these last 4 years that somebody would call me, and it just kind of hurt me this year. But now I'm at the point where, you know what, it's okay. And maybe like I believe in God, so maybe God has a different plan for me. Maybe there's a different network, hopefully traders that wants to call me, or House of Villains.
Hello, traders.
Like
What's
yeah, like
this?
traders, House of Villains. Yeah, let me do all that. At this point, I'll do Bad Boys Club, Zeus, knock some people in their jaw. Like just these other things maybe out there, Jazz, that
Mhm.
maybe I just had to wait. But it did hurt. It definitely did hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It definitely hurt, and I had to really work on myself because then it made me jealous of my brothers and sisters. When you get a chance to show yourself in a different light after learning how the first time goes around,
Mhm. You
like
want
who
that
you are,
redemption arc.
I want that
Yeah.
redemption. So I do appreciate because I feel like lately I have been using the podcast and my social media, doing funny TikToks and talking freely, which I
Mhm.
think the fan base has now been able to see more of me over the
Yeah.
last 4 years, where I think they understand who I am. So
I
yeah,
think so.
but
Yeah.
it's hard, girl. I wasn't thinking about doing more shows, but why are you guys getting
Yeah.
calls? And then you look at yourself, you go, is it because I'm big? Is it because like
Um,
I wasn't able to win comps because the comps were not meant for me? And I'll be honest, girl, the mental comps, girl, come on. I'm not there all the way for the mental comps. They now changed the games now in Big Brother, just so you
mhm.
know, where they're more.
More accessible for everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I'm sorry that you feel like that, honestly. I can understand how that would be
yeah.
hurtful. Your time will come, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's
No,
always
no,
hard when someone says that, when
I
you're just like,
know.
"Well, bitch, where is my time? When is it
Same
gonna
thing. What I'm trying to. I'm like,
come?"
you're gonna find a man. You're gonna find. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, fuck. I'm not here in Philadelphia, but I will say I've lost 87 pounds. I've been working out. I go to the gym 6 days a week. So when I do,
congratulations.
thank you. So when I do go back, I do want to come
You're
back
ready.
feeling ready. And maybe I don't know. Maybe they're saving me for All Stars, a Big Brother.
You
Because
never
that would
know.
be obviously something I would love to do. Come on, I would
Well,
love to go back.
I would love to see you on there. People should know how funny you were. You were funny on your season, but like you're so funny and just such a charismatic person.
Thank you.
I'm rooting for your redemption arc. I want to ask you though. I want to talk about BB27 because I was watching this last episode and I'm not going to lie. I was like, is Vince cute in a weird kind of way? And I'm like, if
So
I had
yeah.
a like a hear me out, that thing
Yep.
online where they're
Yep.
like,
Yep. Yep.
hear me out. Do you have a hear me out from the Big Brother 27 cast?
So it's crazy because I feel that way about Jimmy. If Jimmy had a beard, oh,
Mhm.
I would 100% be blowing his back out. But because Jimmy don't have a beard, I'm not really looking at him as much.
He's pretty. He's so
But he's
pretty.
very pretty. But he's pretty. He
Yeah.
got some nice legs. Today he
Yes.
really caught my attention. He had those jean shorts on. I call them the gay jeans.
Gay
And
jeans.
it's the perfect gay jean shorts that just fit
Mhm.
right underneath the ball sack, that fit right underneath your cheeks. Like he knew what he was doing. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But
He's
he's a married.
pretty.
I think he's married, so I have to be
Oh,
respectful, brother.
sorry to Jimmy's husband if you're
Or
watching.
boyfriend, just out of all the men. And Zach, to me, I know he's a pretty boy, so I feel like he's good for the young girls. I feel like he's good for the teeny boppers, and he gives me boy band, but he don't do nothing for me. He look like a Ken doll. Like he's just all
Yeah, he
sweet
looks like
and
too
he's
perfect.
too perfect. I will give you this because now that I thought about it, Ava. I love Ava. Ava
Ava is
reminds me of a
good.
homegirl that can get along with everybody.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
is giving me good one-liners. She's clocking everything, but I think
Yes.
people are just ignoring her because she's giving off this little ditzy
Yeah.
vibe, and she's not good
Mhm.
with comps, and she falls and all this other stuff.
She's
But
quirky and they don't think
she's
that's a
quirky.
threat. Yeah, but
They
she
don't.
yeah, we talked about her last week. I had Elle
Okay.
on and Elle was
Oh, okay.
saying that she was like Ava is good socially, but she doesn't think that there's any real strategy behind her social game. She's just really good socially. I'm like, I do agree with her there, but I think Ava is much more observant than we know because she's been clocking a couple of different things.
It's giving Big D vibes
Yeah,
where she might not be good at winning comps and stuff, but she's clocking everyone socially. I'm glad she's on this season, and I do appreciate them picking someone like Ava because Ava does remind me of the Big Brother fan base. That's the
yeah, for
one thing I
sure.
like about Big Brother when they can relate to. Now, based on these episodes, what do you think so far with this season?
So for this season, I am actually enjoying it. I don't want to say that's an unpopular opinion to have, but what I've been seeing like on my TikTok, people are complaining a lot about the season, but I feel like
Yeah,
they complain about every season, so I don't know
of
if
course.
it's more or less, right? I've been enjoying it though. There's some players that I really enjoy. I like Jimmy. I go back and forth because when we first started, I was like, I'm gonna love Jimmy, and then he was just doing too much, quoting Drag Race all the time, just trying to be the biggest diva. And so then I was like, it's a little much for me, but there's something about him that I'm just drawn to that I'm like, something about him feels so familiar to
Because
me.
you
I
because
like
you have
him.
friends like that. You probably
Yeah,
have friends, or
exactly.
he feels like a homebody. And
Yeah.
I kind of clocked Jimmy in the beginning. I thought he was going to give me that. This is my real hair. I thought he was going to give us that vibe. I was nervous. I
Yeah.
was like, "Girl, please don't do that. Just be
Mhm.
yourself, man." But then once he kind of got into it, he still did kind of do the Drag Race one-liners, and I get it because when I went on Big Brother, I was like, "I'm gonna throw in one Drag Race one-liner just
Oh, he
to."
threw in a
Kind
bunch.
of, I know he's been doing it too much. And
Yeah.
look, it might be good marketing because maybe they'll sit there and be like, bring Jimmy on the Drag Race, which I will be pissed because I've
Uh,
been wanting to go on Drag Race. I'm going to be the first person to go on Drag Race from Big Brother. But I would obviously support him. But I thought he was going to be like a boring theater gay.
okay.
And the way he talked, he reminds me of me. He ain't got no filter. And he
Mhm.
kind of also gives me strategy wise a little bit of Heisem, a little bit.
I remember Heisem. He got evicted pretty early on.
Yeah, which should never happen. I think with Jimmy is, yeah, he definitely need to cut out those Drag Race one-liners because I'm like,
Yeah,
baby,
he
we
does.
got it. You paid your homage, you got it. Because I did one,
Mhm.
which was when I got into an argument with Tiffany and they cut me into the dive room, and I said, "Act the fool, girl, act the
Act a
fool,"
fool.
which was Alexis Mateo, and that was it. And Alexis Mateo got it. She screen recorded it. She posted it.
Oh,
Got it.
that's cute. Come on,
Yeah.
Teletubby. Teleport us to Mars.
Come on, Tammy Brown. Okay.
Okay, listen. My thoughts so far, I'm really liking the season. So I want to go through episode 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
episode 10, though, we open up and they're talking about this love triangle between Lauren, Morgan, and Zach. And I know you watch the live feeds. They don't actually show a bunch of that love triangle, if it even is one. What are we missing by not watching the live
I,
feeds
I
with that
think
love triangle?
I think the issue that you're missing is that it seems like Zach is more into Lauren, and Lauren
Absolutely.
to me, I don't know what she's giving on because she's just so beautiful
Mm,
gowns, beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns,
absolutely.
beautiful
Beautiful
gowns, beautiful
gowns for
gowns,
sure.
beautiful gowns. That's
For
all I
sure.
got. That's
Yeah,
all I got.
I think she recognizes the power that she has over Zach. So
For
she's giving him
sure.
just enough to be like, okay, I could really do well if I have this guy on my side. But are they gonna date outside of the Big Brother
Jazz.
house? Absolutely not.
Jazz,
Absolutely.
I love
I don't
you.
think
You
that's
giving her
going
too much
anywhere.
credit. You giving her too much credit. I don't think that she even knows what the power that she has.
I think she does though. I think she knows. I think she knows
Not like
him
I
like
wish she was
that.
more like Catherine. Like you could feel it when Catherine's doing it. Morgan is definitely, I don't know. I feel like she's definitely more into Zach, but Zach's not really into her
He's not into
as
her at
much.
all.
Right. And I think that she's just falling for it because it's once again, we talk about this effect that happens in the Big Brother house. We have this effect when we play on Big Brother where everything, because these people you've been around them and you're like really cut off from like social media, you're cut off from things that you start looking at these people like, oh my God, Jazz, I really love you, I think, at this point,
Mm,
because you're cut off. That's why Love Island
yes,
moves so damn fast from like 0 to
absolutely. Yeah.
100.
When you
And that's the
isolate
same
people.
effect. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
isolate them, you put them in the house, you haven't been able to get your rocks off or do the things that you normally would do. Now you're looking at these other people like, maybe, maybe we can get together. So
Wait,
that's what's
maybe I
happening.
am in love with you, Big D. I don't
Yes, maybe I'm
know.
in love with you,
How do you
Jazz.
feel about me?
I love everything about you. I'm ready to go
Thank
down
you.
and get on up in
Let's
it. So that's what I think is
yeah.
happening. And it's sad to see because Morgan was such a strong like strategist to me in the beginning and maybe
Mm-hmm.
give me a little bit of strategy. Her and Mickey working together. I was like, oh my God, this is a great fucking duo. Like
Yeah.
stick with it.
Yes.
Now I don't know what she's doing. She over here playing with these men, and these men got her like at the bottom of all their alliances or thoughts.
Yeah. But speaking of Lauren, I did not like her HOH. I hate it when she apologizes way too much. I want somebody to just stand on business and I want somebody to come out swinging, making really big moves. So, what are your thoughts on her HOH?
Beautiful gowns, cute. Beautiful gowns. If you really want to call it, was it Lawrence HOH? No, this is probably everyone's HOH. This
Yeah,
is
and
not Lawrence HOH.
she was too passive. She was way too passive. I don't need her to win HOH again. As a matter of fact, if she was evicted, I wouldn't feel away.
No, I wouldn't feel away either. But I will tell you this because I talked about this on the podcast that I just did recently. Here's my thing: she would be great to win her HOH later on in the game,
Mm,
where I can manipulate her, I can get her to do what I need her to do. But when there's all these people, I don't need her to
too
win an
much. Too
HOH.
many cooks
It's
in
too
the
much.
kitchen.
Too many
Yep.
cooks in the kitchen. Her
Mhm.
HOH will be beautiful. Top 6, top 5, top 4,
Mm.
top even top 7. I would love her HOH. I'd be like, yes,
That's why I
great.
love
Lauren
having
won.
insiders on here because I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
She'll be
And
beautiful to
she's probably
manipulate.
gonna make it. She's probably gonna make it pretty far because she doesn't come off like a huge threat in any other way. She has some protection in the house, and I think there are other people that the rest of the house guests will want to get out before her. So she might make
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
But speaking of one of those people that they want to get out, we already talked about Keanu, and you talked about how nasty he is. But in this episode, episode 10, he was able to take himself off of the block for the second week, even though that the week before,
Proved
Casey
himself. He
did it
proved
for him.
himself.
Yeah,
He
but
proved himself.
Keanu, he literally has to keep winning because the second he is vulnerable, they're taking him out.
But you know what's crazy about it? If he had a good social game and maybe somebody that, could redeem himself from this,
Mm,
but his ass is like making himself such a big target,
yeah, he
which he
is.
doesn't have to. And you know what? Maybe he wants to play that type of game. Maybe he's, I don't care. I'm gonna be guns blazing, up
It's of
in
two
here.
minds because he's such a physical threat. When you see him
Hmm.
walk into the house, you're immediately like, he has to go. So I
Of
could see on
course.
one end, he's okay,
Yeah.
they're gonna gun for me anyway. I may as well just be all the way myself and let them know I'm here to run shit. I'm here to pick you off one by one. But to your point, he could have
Every
played a
game's not
little
gonna
more
be jazz,
quietly. Yeah,
but
he could have played a
every
little more
game's not gonna be physical,
quietly.
babe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could play
Mm-hmm.
quiet, but every game's not gonna be
Mm-hmm.
physical, babe.
Yeah.
If they're doing all these physical games right now, you better get ready. That means there's gonna be a lot of puzzles coming up and mental stuff. Then what you
Yeah.
going to do, bruh? What you gonna do that? So that's
Kelly is apparently gonna win them all if they do puzzles.
it does give a little bit of Tucker vibe, but Tucker wasn't telling people to put him up and all that type of stuff. Like the craziest thing
Yeah.
Tucker did was use the veto on somebody else, but other than that, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Like
Yeah.
she's giving. This is crazy,
Yeah,
but
she is. She is. But we end this episode and the
yep.
girls are campaigning to save Ashley. So of course, like you said, with Lauren, they're really manipulating her. So she ends up putting Adrian on the block. And that takes us into episode 11. And we just talked about like Morgan. I hated what happened at the beginning of episode 11 because it's like Morgan is starting to question her alliance with Mickey. And I'm like, no, I really believed in them as a final two. Now I'm not so sure. Are you?
Based on last night, I will say possibly I do think they're okay, but in that
Mhm.
episode I was very disappointed because I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, if you're gonna lock in with someone, you gotta lock in. If this is your final two, you got I locked in with Xavier. No matter
Mhm.
what he said, what he done, we talked the same thing. We gave each other information. Like we played a very, even though he won comps, we played a very similar game as when it came to social wise because we gave each other information and we would check in. That's how she got to be with
Mickey.
Mhm.
Morgan. They gotta also be like a hand and tip where it's girl, I got you, I got you. Like nothing's coming between this. But they're
Yeah.
like letting Zach and Vince get in the way and then trying to blame it on Jimmy and stuff. And the crazy part to me is that Mickey looks crazy because I'm like, if she just told you that she had this alliance with these dudes, and then she's like, oh, we want to bring you in. Doesn't that mean you're at the bottom of that alliance, girl?
Absolutely. That's how I would take it.
I mean, girl, you didn't include me, but you included Riley and all this other shit
Yeah.
like that.
Ooh.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm
Mhm.
getting at. Where now you got trust issues,
Mhm.
where Morgan is just not being smart. Like I don't know what Morgan's doing, girl. The the,
Morgan is in
the
there trying to find her man. She's trying to find her boo.
Oh, girl, they'll be at home. I promise you. I don't think I need people to understand. If you go on Big Brother, if you are a heterosexual and you are on Big Brother, you are putting yourself on a better platform where now people are going to see you and people will slide into your DMs. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if
Mhm.
you're gay, I'm sorry, I ain't got nothing for you. That shit's still going to be dry. Okay. But
Whoa, that's it's not the case. You didn't have a lot of male suitors coming out of the Big Brother house?
I thought I was. That was part of the
No,
reason I went to go
nobody from
do
the
Big
pit
Brother.
crew?
I wouldn't want them anyway. They too skinny for me. I need you to be like a man. I need you to be like a bear with a beard.
Mhm.
But it's
Mhm.
impossible to find because the bears and the beards don't like me. And that's why I'm confused when people go in this house and they get into these showmances or trying to look for love. Because I'm like, baby, you need to really focus like on the game.
But some people have found success. Rachel Riley is a success story. She met her husband on BB and they're still married with children. So it does work out for some people.
Some people, I mean, yeah, I look at the Swaggy, I look at the Bailey, I look at the DX, I look at the Claire,
Yeah.
but I look at a lot of relationships that end up on these shows that didn't end up breaking up.
Yeah.
Think
I
about
mean,
Christian Alyssa my season. Think about Taylor Monty. Think
they
about
weren't a couple though. They were just,
I
you
don't
know.
know. I'm just giving an example. Tucker and Rubina. I'm giving all these examples that these people they get on these things. Then you got to deal with the fan base afterwards. Like I
I
think
mean,
with
but it's
Claire,
okay if you get into a showman's and it doesn't work. Like that's how life is. You break up with people in real life all the time.
I'm gonna give you a good example. Claire and DX were a great example. Claire and DX developed during jury
Mhm.
and then was able to develop more in public and then build that foundation. I
Mhm.
think that's a smart way to do it because guess what? You ain't gotta deal with all the other stuff when you're distracted in the game. Focus on the game. But hey, I'm different. Maybe that's just because
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just
listen, when if love calls, you got to answer that. You got to answer that phone. You cannot send love to voicemail. So if it calls in the Big Brother house,
stop
you got to
in
do it.
the
In the
name of
name of love.
love. That part.
Yep,
Stop.
exactly. So jumping back into episode 11, Kelly wins the BB Blockbuster. We just talked about this. I'm glad that people are starting to recognize Kelly has won every competition she's been in. She has to go. If she doesn't go, that girl, she's going to be sitting there with Vince come the
I
final
don't know
two.
what they're doing with her. I don't know what they're doing. That would be my
Yeah.
number one target. I'd be like, she gotta go. Let's figure
After
it out.
Keanu. After Keanu.
Riley first. Out of everybody. Riley first.
Riley would go just strictly off the fact that like he makes my skin crawl. But in terms of people who would prevent me from winning the game, definitely Keanu, definitely Kelly, definitely Zach. Get them. I don't know what they're waiting on with Zach. Zach hasn't gone on the block yet.
I have said this. If I had to pick people that want to go, it definitely would be Riley. It would be Keanu. It would be Zach. Like I wouldn't want those three out right away. And the
Hmm.
reason why I say that is because they are players, and then Kelly. Those four players are players that I feel like you got to get out because they are going to be issues and problems for you
Yes.
down the line. I think the one thing that people forget about Big Brother is that it could be very physical in the beginning. Then you got a whole mental stage, and then it's physical and a little bit of mental at the a lot of
Yeah.
mental at the end. It's like a mixture. So it's these beginning phases is your time to get these people out
Mhm. Mhm.
while you can,
Yeah.
even though you might beat them in mental, but I just wouldn't take that risk because at the end, there's still a lot of more physical left in the game. So yeah, I
Absolutely.
think
Yeah,
they
because
need
they
to
will go.
switch that up.
Yeah. So Adrian is evicted this episode with Zach and Vince actually voting against him, which was kind of surprising because they seemed like they were going to try to keep him in. What did you think about Adrian being sent home? Did you care? Were you indifferent?
The body of Christ with his loaf of bread. Loaf
Yeah,
of
I
bread.
felt bad by how indifferent I was with him going home. When they were on the block, he and Will, I wanted Will to stay. So I was
Mhm.
kind of like, well, I hope Adrian goes home. And then when he was evicted, I was just like, yeah, this feels like the right thing. I will say with Will, I like watching Will on Will is funny, but Will needs to step up his game and step up his strategy because he keeps saying the complaint that he's using is that they're putting the oldest person on the block. I'm like, why not make that work for you? Like, why are you not strategizing to really make the fact that you are the oldest person there work for you? You should have the wisdom to do that.
He needs icy hot, babe. He came in this game complaining about this back.
Yeah,
He catfish all of us. I'm gonna be
yeah.
along. I'm gonna be able to get with the kids. I can keep up with the kids. I work with the kids. He get in the house. My back. They picking on the
Mm-mm.
old person. I can't keep up with the TikTok dances. Let me tell you something that Jimmy said the other day, and this is what I'm getting at. Where your social game, and I'm not saying you got to be, no one should force you to listen to things that might be inappropriate, but it's
Mm,
also like you're in a house full of grown people. And
right.
Jimmy said the other day, excuse me, Jazz, I'm gonna say what Jimmy said. He said, and Jimmy's such a fool starter guy. You could tell he's never been around a cat, never been with a cat, don't know what a cat looked like. He said this. He said,
Wait, do you?
yeah, I lost my virginity to a girl. Yeah, I've been, I was look, I come from
Oh.
I come from the hood. I couldn't just be, hey, I had to go through the hidden to be hey. Okay. Only
Okay,
one.
what did
Only
you
once.
okay.
Only once.
That
Okay.
special lady.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I feel like I kind of didn't do a good job, but I tried my best. But
You didn't do
I
a good
will
job because that's
say
not what you wanted.
correct. But here's what I will say. Hey, I just got
Yes.
it done so I can tell the homies I did it. But I will say this. He goes out into the backyard and he asks the girls, he's like, what does it mean to be wet? What does that mean?
Oh.
And Will gets up and he's like, this is the part of the show that I get up and leave and walk away. And it's, if you're playing a social game here, you could just ignore it and just sit there.
He could, but that is a little uncomfortable. He could be some of their fathers. That's like
I'm just saying, if
that's
I'm playing
like
a game, I'm gonna try to
mm-mm. Mm-mm. I wouldn't be forced to I would not allow them to torture me. If you're coming out and you're asking a question and I'm that put off by it, I wouldn't be like, this is the part where I'm like, I'm gonna go run to the restroom.
Okay,
You
maybe
want
we
to
can
go to
agree on that. I can
girlfriend?
agree on that. Yeah, I can agree
Yeah.
on that. But making a
Hmm.
whole like thing, and then he's also making a scene. Like it's just too much. And this
Yeah.
is a social game, and people pick up on everything.
But that's what I'm saying. He should be using that to his advantage. They are keeping
Yes,
him because he's easy to beat, but
and
he
he
should
should
be
look at
going
that.
around telling them like, "Hey, you take me to the final two. You can beat me in the physical comps, probably beat me in the mental
Look,
comp. Take me to final two."
look, look. That's what I did. What I don't know what season he watched, but he must have missed it. He should have
He
been
missed
like,
it.
I was telling people like, why you want to get rid of Big D? There's no use. Like, I'm not gonna win anything. I've been trying. You can see me trying.
Mm,
Other people
mhm,
are throwing comps. These are
mhm,
threats. Y'all need to
mhm.
be looking at each other. Why are you looking at me? I'm not a threat.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's what he should.
exactly what
That's the
literally what happened was I was able to do, and that's a prime example. Same thing with
yeah.
Dr. Will. Dr. Will didn't win no comps for a reason because he wanted
Mhm.
to be able to make it to the end. So it's dude, you probably can win some comps to the end. You just need to get there. But you're
Yes,
not setting yourself up to get there. You should be like, okay, I don't mind being a pawn as long as you guys like have my back, play up the emotions. But you over here
exactly.
like my back and I can't keep up with the TikTok dances and the
Or
girl.
getting upset when they put you on the block. It will make it work for you. But in episode 12, Adrian goes home. Kelly, Riley, and Catherine are pissed off and they are completely ready to turn on Vince, who was Kelly's day one. I was so shocked, but not really. with how quickly Kelly told Riley, I'm done with Vince. We had a final two, but I have your back more than his now. Sweetie, pump the brakes. You're
Ain't
ready
no
to jump
breaks.
into bed with Riley because Vince did something to piss you off. What about what Riley has? Is nobody noticing how scary Riley is? Riley scared me in this episode. He's so aggressive. He seems like the type of person that would do something horrible to you if there were no cameras around. The way he was threatening the house when the HOH interrogation power was revealed, the way he was talking to Mickey when Mickey revealed herself as the new HOH, he's scary.
I'm also annoyed because I know there's a certain extent that people don't want to get involved. I would have been like, yo, pipe the fuck down, dude. You can say
Yeah.
what you need to say, but pipe the fuck down. But nobody
Yeah.
wants to. I haven't seen one man step up to him, and I'm confused because
They're all playing
Mister,
scared.
right? Because Mister what's a call should be able to sit on him and squash him. At
Keanu.
this point, yeah, with his big ass. Why are you not speaking up? But I get it. It's like you got no allies, so you're not going to speak up. But in that moment, sometimes you got to separate game. I at least would have been like, yo, show out with the cursing a little bit, say what you need to say, but you get a little bit too hostile. But the thing about it is that you're, as a woman, Jazz, if you're
Mhm.
able to see that, every woman I have seen on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, all get the same vibes that Riley is this creepy,
Yes.
aggressive. He looks like he would do stuff at the end, and the way that he talks and the way that he speaks is very like giving. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from Riley's past come popping up and being like, I got receipts and I can tell you guys
Yeah.
who this man is, because it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable to watch. To the
Exactly.
point, today he was on the live feeds, and I told you I was gonna tell you some things about the live feeds. He
Mhm.
was on live feeds talking to Mickey, and the way that he was talking to Mickey, he trying to be smooth. He like, yeah, you my girl, I got you, and you're my George, you're my peach.
'Cause she's from Georgia.
Why are you calling
Ah.
this woman your? Why are you calling this black woman your peach?
I think he was just doing it because of the
I know, but
Georgia
I'm just
thing.
saying. I'm just saying. Then he's saying things like, "I'm so proud of you." Then grabbing her leg.
Oh, no. Oh, God, vomit. Don't touch me. Ew. Ew, David. Riley has to go. And I've seen people on Reddit, on TikTok, talk about how creepy he is. And they're calling for the Big Brother producers to remove him. Catherine is playing into whatever this delusion is that Riley has. They're not going to remove him because Catherine doesn't seem uncomfortable with it. We
I'm not
can't
saying
be
anything. This is
more
women's
upset.
business.
Yeah, we can't be more upset for someone than they are for themselves. She knows, that's a woman who knows that she can string him along just a little bit to have some protection, to have him as a number for her. And I think she even said that verbatim, that he is a number for her. Stop calling for people to be removed from these shows when the object of their affection doesn't even seem that bothered.
Oh, it's just a beautiful day in the neighborhood with Miss Jazz. And I have nothing to say because that's women's business. And I can't say that, but you definitely said
I
exactly
said, and
what
I
needed
said
to
what
be
I
said.
said.
Said that part. What else
Mhm.
is going on at this point? Because exactly what you said needed to be said. But she really showed her ass last night. And people are like, oh, they're just, some people are like, she's sticking up for her friend. And I'm like,
Because the way
I
she jumped
think,
on Ashley,
but notice how she was this high when it came to Ashley, but as soon as Rachel Riley said something, she said, I found that very interesting. So
she
that's
piped
what I'm
down.
getting at. Right, she piped down. But the thing about it is that if you're able to condone this, let me tell you something. Your friend, I get him being upset about losing his HOH.
Mhm.
I can't imagine losing my HOH. I would have my moment and then I would figure out, okay, how can I spin this to still not end up on the block and
Mhm.
being able to do things? But the way that he is acting, it is ridiculous. I watched
Yeah.
him Jazz Saturday night for 3 hours on the live feeds talking to Mickey. And the conversation he was having with Mickey Jazz was giving so obsessive, so creepy. The way that he was saying, like, Captain has you. Captain would never. She's just a shy girl. Captain ain't fucking shy. She don't like her. She said it.
Exactly.
But he's over here. Just no, don't put Captain up. I'll do anything. Don't put Captain up. I was on TikTok live cracking up with the fans. I go, give it about 5 seconds. He's going to turn back this about talking about Catherine. And with me and Catherine, Catherine got me. I just can't have her up there. I need her to be here.
He's
And it
so
was
weird.
giving very obsessive, and it was also
Yeah.
giving, dude, this is a game. You just met this girl. Like, why are you acting so
He's he's so
obsessive?
weird. Yeah, I don't like
I was
it.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't like him. What I've seen from him as a person, he just seems really, really scary to me. I didn't like the way he went about his interrogations. But yeah, I'm glad that they zeroed in on Ashley as the one with the power because that means Mickey was able to take over. Now, let me ask you in closing, do you have any predictions for who Mickey is going to nominate now that she is the new HOH?
I don't know. I think that it's gonna come down to Riley for sure, because the way he
Mhm.
acted. I think she would just put up the same people from last week,
I hope
Kelly.
not.
But Riley's a new one. If she does put up Riley, at least that's a new person up there,
That's
But
true. That's
I
true.
don't know. I would hope that she will put up Catherine, Riley, and then one of the two from last week. Cool. I ain't got a
Mhm.
problem with that. But I don't know. It makes me very nervous. I don't know if Mickey can pull it off.
I hope she has the cojones because I do want to see Riley and Catherine up there together and then
Me
throw in
either.
a pawn if you want to put Kelly back up there, whatever. But yeah, Riley, Catherine, if one of them walks out of the Big Brother house, I would be very happy. I want to ask you one more question before we get out. If you were going to the final two again, it's you and one person from this cast. Who are you taking to the final two with you from Big Brother 27?
If I am taking someone from the cast of me from Big Brother 27, I would pick Will, actually.
Oh, you think you could win over Will with jury vote?
Because his social game, he's not relating to everybody, so I would be able to
Mhm.
beat him social wise. But
Mm,
even if I don't take Will because it'll be social versus social, I would probably take Catherine because Catherine hasn't really done much.
mhm. I would take Keanu because nobody seems to like him. He doesn't have a good social game. If I could get to a final two with
Jazz,
Keanu
no.
in
Jazz,
a jury
no.
vote, in a jury vote,
But Jazz, you got to think about it. That's what happens sometimes. But if he's someone who keeps winning those vetoes and keep taking himself down,
true.
people are gonna look at that. Even if he wins, let's say he wins again. If he wins 3 times, Jazz, I'm not trying to sit next to him because then
Right.
his speech is going to be, "Hey, I had to really fight to get here." Where Jazz had an easy route. She won
Mm,
maybe 2 HOHs, but I had to fight every single time. You guys kept sending me home. You can't tell me that's not. And if people respect the game like how it is, that's usually the player that ends up sometimes winning because of the fact
gotcha.
that he fought the whole time.
I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, no,
Hmm.
I agree with you. That's a great point to make. But yes, Big D, it was so fun talking Big Brother
Thank you so
27
much,
with
Jazz.
you. Like
You're
I said,
amazing.
I hope we can see you again on reality TV at some point. But in the meantime, where can people find you and follow you?
Yes, you can follow me at the Derek Frazier. Thank you so much. I also do recap Big Brother, so you guys please head over to the Heavy Crowd Network if you want. Episodes come out every Friday, but other than that, yeah, I am just your local Philly guy who stays at home because I do not like Philadelphia. But you can catch me in New York. You can catch me in Washington D.C. I will say we are doing a Big Brother watch party for the first time in Philadelphia on September 18th at the Barstool. So please come out if you're in Philly. It's our first like ever Big Brother watch party. It's never been done since I've been on Big Brother thing, but if it's done, it's never been done like this way. So me and Ozza are collabing, and it's gonna be so much fun. So yeah, please come out, watch us. Make sure you guys like it, subscribe, and comment. And
All the
thank you,
things.
Jazz. Jazz, I'm so
Thank
proud of you.
you. Oh,
So
thank
proud of you.
you. Thank you,
Keep recapping
baby.
these shows, baby.
Thank you guys for tuning in once again to my Big Brother 27 recap. It was so nice to have Big D. I loved all of his insights from being in the Big Brother house and again being a part of the greatest alliance in Big Brother history. I will be back next Monday to recap the next 3 episodes of Big Brother. So come back and see me. Bye.